Did you know your brain is literally stealing 13 to 14 IQ points from you every time you stress about a bill? It sounds insane, but a groundbreaking Princeton study just proved it. It's the same reason why 70% of lottery winners go completely broke within 5 years. It's why you're grinding 80 hours a week, but your bank account is still stuck on survival mode. Here's the cold, hard truth. Your brain wasn't designed to make you rich. It was hardwired 200,000 years ago to keep you safe in poverty. If you don't hack this ancient biological circuit, you will stay broke regardless of how much money you make. In today's video, I'm stripping back the neuroscience of financial self-sabotage. And more importantly, by the end of this video, I'm revealing the 63-day neurological rewire that forces your brain to stop rejecting wealth and start attracting it. This is the missing piece to your financial freedom. Let's dive in. Number 1. The survival brain versus the wealth brain. Here's something most people don't realize. Your brain wasn't designed for wealth. It was designed for survival. Let me explain what I mean. About 200,000 years ago, our ancestors lived in a completely different world. Their biggest concerns? Finding food, avoiding predators, and not getting kicked out of their tribe. In that environment, hoarding resources made you a target. If you had too much food while others were starving, you became dangerous to the group. The tribe would either force you to share or exile you, which meant death. So evolution did something brilliant but devastating for your bank account. It programmed your brain to feel uncomfortable with abundance. Here's the neuroscience. Your amygdala, the fear center of your brain, literally lights up when you think about having significantly more money than those around you. Researchers at Stanford University used fMRI scans and discovered that when people imagine themselves becoming wealthy, their amygdala activated the same way it does when you're facing a physical threat. Your brain interprets wealth as danger. Think about this in your own life. Have you ever received a bonus or unexpected money and then mysteriously found a way to spend it all within weeks? That's not bad luck. That's your survival brain returning you to your safe financial baseline. But wait, it gets even more interesting. Number 2, the scarcity mindset is actually a protection mechanism. You know what's crazy? Your brain thinks it's protecting you by keeping you broke. Let me tell you about a fascinating study from Princeton University. Researchers Sendhil Mulanathan and Eldar Shafir discovered that scarcity actually changes how your brain processes information. When you're worried about money, your IQ effectively drops by 13 to 14 points. That's the difference between average and gifted intelligence. But here's the twisted part. Your brain prefers this state because it feels familiar. Psychologists call this homeostasis. Your brain's obsession with keeping everything the same. To your ancient survival circuits, predictable poverty feels safer than unpredictable wealth. Think about lottery winners. Study after study shows that 70% of lottery winners go broke within 3 to 5 years. That's not because they're stupid, it's because their brain's thermostat is set to broke, and it will sabotage any attempt to stay wealthy. They unconsciously make terrible decisions, trust the wrong people, or develop expensive habits because their brain is desperately trying to return to familiar territory. Key insight. Your comfort zone isn't just psychological, it's neurological. Your brain has literally built neural highways that lead to your current financial situation, and it takes massive effort to build new roads. I'll be honest with you, when I first learned this, I felt both relieved and terrified. Relieved because it explains so much of my own financial self-sabotage. Terrified because I realized I was fighting against millions of years of evolution. But here's where it gets really fascinating. Number 3, the tall poppy syndrome wired into your DNA. Let's talk about something uncomfortable. Your brain is programmed to fear success because it fears rejection. There's this phenomenon called tall poppy syndrome. It comes from an old saying that the tallest poppy in the field gets cut down first. And neuroscience has proven this isn't just a metaphor, it's biology. Your brain contains mirror neurons that make you constantly scan your social environment and compare yourself to others. When you start rising above your peer group financially, these neurons trigger anxiety because historically, standing out from the tribe meant danger. Dr. Joe Dispenza, a neuroscientist, explains it like this. Your brain has a social thermostat that monitors where you rank in your group. When you try to move up too quickly, your brain releases cortisol, the stress hormone, to slow you down. It's literally the same chemical response as if you were being chased by a predator. Real talk? This is why people often sabotage themselves right before a big breakthrough. You're about to launch that business, ask for that promotion, or make that investment, and suddenly you get sick, have a family emergency, or talk yourself out of it with logical reasons. That's not coincidence. That's your brain protecting you from the perceived danger of success. Here's a crazy example. Researchers tracked 5,000 people who received unexpected inheritances. Within 2 years, 40% of them had worse relationships with friends and family than before they received the money. Their brain's prediction came true. Wealth did threaten their social bonds. So the brain said, "See, I told you money was dangerous." Quick favor before we continue. If this is blowing your mind right now, smash that like button and subscribe. It actually helps more people discover this kind of life-changing content. Plus, hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next, because the solution to all this is something you've probably never heard before. Now, back to your brain's wealth sabotage. Number 4. The identity crisis your brain creates around money. Here's something that might sting a little. You can't earn more than your identity allows. Let me break this down. Your brain has something called a self-concept. Basically, a story about who you are. And buried in that story is a chapter about money. I'm the type of person who earns X amount, or people like me don't have Y amount of wealth. Neuroscientist Dr. Tara Swart explains that your brain has a filter called the reticular activating system, RAS. This filter decides what information gets through to your conscious mind. And here's the kicker. Your RAS only allows in information that matches your current identity. If you see yourself as middle class, your brain will literally filter out opportunities that could make you wealthy because they don't match your self-concept. It's not that the opportunities aren't there. Your brain just won't let you see them. I experienced this firsthand. For years, I couldn't break past a certain income level. Then I realized I had a story that people from my background don't make 6 figures. Once I identified that belief, I could see opportunities that had been right in front of me the whole time. Critical realization. Your bank account is a printout of your self-concept. If you want to change the printout, you have to change the program running in your brain. The neuroscience backs this up. Studies using brain imaging show that when people try to act in ways that contradict their self-concept, their brain experiences cognitive dissonance, actual physical discomfort. So if you see yourself as not a wealthy person, every step toward wealth will feel wrong, uncomfortable, and scary. But the real question is, can you actually reprogram this? Number 5, the 3-step wealth protocol. Rewire your brain today. Neuroplasticity is your superpower, but let's be real, positive. Affirmations in the mirror are a waste of time. Your brain has a built-in BS detector. If you're broke and tell yourself, "I am a millionaire," your amygdala flags it as a lie and actually strengthens your scarcity mindset. If you want to move the needle in 2026, you need to follow this science-backed wealth protocol. Step 1, the pattern interrupt. Stop the sabotage. The moment you feel hesitation about a big deal, or you're about to rage spend a bonus, you need to call it out. Use a technique called self-directed neuroplasticity. Say out loud, "That's just my survival brain. It's an ancient program, not my reality." This simple act creates metacognitive awareness. You're literally pulling the plug on that 200,000-year-old survival circuit before it can ruin your bank account. Step 2. Micro-exposure therapy. Prove it's safe. Your brain hates big jumps. If you're at $40,000 and try to manifest $1 million, your fear center will go into full lockdown. Instead, train your brain that wealth is safe through incremental exposure. Aim for a 10% increase. Walk into a high-end lobby, sit in the car you want to own, or buy one high-quality item. You're teaching your amygdala that luxury isn't a threat, it's my new normal. Step 3. Social mirroring. You've heard that you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That's not a cliche, it's biology. Your mirror neurons are constantly scanning your tribe to set your financial thermostat. If your circle thinks $5,000 a month is a lot, your brain will never let you see the path to $50,000. You need to change your environment until your brain recalibrates. The golden rule: consistency over intensity. Dr. Caroline Leaf's research shows it takes exactly 63 days of consistent pattern breaking to build a permanent neural pathway. Your brain is under construction. Don't stop until the bridge is built. So, let's recap the mind-blowing truth. Your brain is hardwired for survival, not freedom. Your amygdala treats abundance as danger, and your identity acts as a filter that blocks out wealth opportunities. But now you have the tools to fight back. Pattern interruption, micro-exposure, and social rewiring are your weapons to rebuild your financial future. Now, I want to hear from you. Which brain sabotage pattern hit you the hardest today? A. The survival brain keeping you safe in scarcity? B. The identity filter that makes you feel like wealthy just isn't who you are? Drop an A or B in the comments. I read every single one, and your feedback helps me build better content for this community. If this video challenged your thinking, smash that like button, subscribe to Future Freedom 360, and hit that bell. But listen closely. Reprogramming your brain is only half the battle. While you're fixing your internal software, the external world is undergoing the biggest financial shift in human history. In my next video, I'm revealing why top financial experts are quietly predicting you will deeply regret not owning at least 0.1 Bitcoin. And trust me, it has nothing to do with the daily price charts. There is a glitch in the global financial system that makes 0.1 Bitcoin the ultimate insurance policy for your newly rewired brain. You do not want to miss this one. Thanks for watching, and remember, your brain might be programmed for scarcity, but you have the power to reprogram it for abundance. See you in the next one.